Hi, my name is Eric Chen, and I'm a licensed attorney in Maryland and founder of Zen Legal Planning LLC. I got a question the other day from a lady that was asking me about why her parents needs estate planning if she's already the joint account holder for their bank accounts and she has joint ownership in their properties. I'm going to answer the first question with regards to the bank account. So basically, sometimes bank would allow children to have access to their parents' bank account for convenience of, for instance, paying their bills. Sometimes people get older and they don't want to manage their assets, so they ask the kids to pay the bills and to manage the assets for them. But what happens is if you only have access for convenience of your parents, then when they pass away, those properties are still going into probate. The bank account is just gonna go through probate process in order to be distributed because you don't technically have a title to those accounts. So, and second, what happens if something happens to you before your parents pass away? Then your parents would probably need to keep adding people in, as joint holder of those bank accounts in order to avoid probate process. And third, let's say eventually, all right, your grandparents or your parents pass away and they have an account, you have access to their bank account as the only account holder, and let's say you're married and your spouse owes people money, and those creditors could potentially tap into those assets because you're married and they think you it's a joint marital property, and they could potentially tap into those properties unless proper planning is in place to shelter those properties from creditors. And these are just the points that to show what happens in the event that no estate planning is done. It's a way to avoid probate process, but there are drawbacks associated with those practices, and we haven't really gotten to the aspect of what happens at that time. How do you distribute those assets? You might have family members asking you why are you having all these assets? They want a share of it. Legally, they're not entitled to unless if there is no will, or sometimes the law will dictate how to distribute those assets, and then you could potentially get into legal battle with your family members. So definitely a lot of hassle down the road if not planned accordingly. So feel free to ask me questions, in the group or private message, and I will try my best to answer your questions. Thank you for watching this video.